No, who's playing? Okay.
Cepherus and Digdogger, the Swarm Boys.
Okay.
So we have
Dig.
quarterfinal. Is that correct? Matchup
Yeah,
between Cepherus and Digdogger. These are two gentlemen on Swarm. Is that correct?
yes.
So
Team
only
Swarm.
only Bug will prevail.
I think Swarm has. Oh, they're
They
going.
are they
They're
are
getting
going
out of
for
there.
it.
Right now, I'm already seeing some funky leads. I can't remember. I don't think Cephalus has ever led Como Tangrowth. I mean, he only had Tangrowth the very last part of the season, but I'm he's used it very sparingly in play-ins and playoffs so far.
So is Tangros just gonna rage powder and he's just gonna do the scales thing while uh Dig Dogger is gonna go ahead and tailwind maybe or fake out? I don't
Now
know.
I will say, real quick. I mean, Crocodile doesn't have Intimidate, so we're expecting a Moxie play here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't I don't think it's gonna be super easy for Crocodile to kill Como or Tangrowth
Crocodile
fast.
Crocodile has access to ice moves, yeah.
I think Ice Punch, yeah.
So Tangrowth is very physically defensive, but not special. Is that the way it
I believe
works?
so. That's how I
Yeah, that
remember
is
it.
what it works.
I mean, this is pretty disappointing that Cephalus does not have nicknames.
It's pretty embarrassing, honestly, that someone who's in the quarterfinals is slipping up that early. But we do have Piss and Shit and Deathbird holding it down for
I
Dig Dogger.
mean,
Yeah,
I know Dig Dogger made that Crocodile like shiny on purpose just to piss everyone off in the
that is a
audience.
ugly Pokemon.
It really
So
It
is
is
horrifying.
arguably one of the ugliest.
if you're Digdogger, okay, here we
Oh,
go. Feather
There it
Dance.
is.
Yep. Going
Oh,
for
oh,
a Rock
okay.
Slide.
go with Rock Slide
Is
to.
he flinch? Oh, yikes.
He
Yeah, we are
may
seeing
not
it
have.
now. I
Yeah.
Okay,
think he had the throat spray, so it is a special attacking Como. Oh.
I
Oh boy.
I'm a little nervous for Dig Dogger because he didn't go with Tailwind and Feather Danced into the Tangrowth. Como is now the fastest thing on the field. Um,
Well,
he'll
he
have
still
to
has
like tail.
Prankster.
He still has Prankster if he wants to get it out now, but I think he almost has to, or Como is just gonna swing right into Piss and Shit and do a million damage. And even if Piss and Shit's allowed to move first with Tailwind, Tangrowth is still just going to hit Rage Powder, and Piss and Shit. I mean, there's just no way you could kill Tangrowth in this turn.
Yeah, I think we could see that Digdogger trying to adjust and use that rock slide, even though he knows it's not going to work. Wow, this is surprising
Wow.
to Dynamax here. The Prankster Haze again.
Beautiful.
The Max Flare. It doesn't do all that much, but wow, that Prankster Haze was impressive.
Yeah.
That was no way
I'm
to
glad
beat
he
Rage
brought it.
Phase.
Because if he didn't bring it, I didn't think that he had a way out of this. Because
Yeah,
he was ready to go.
I
I,
totally agree. I thought now that we know he has his play makes a lot more sense. I was like, I don't know, this just seems really weird. Like you to let um Kobo get in this situation, but I guess he didn't care because now Kobo just wasted a couple turns setting up when
I
he
mean,
doesn't have his
it
stats.
wasted a couple turns. It also, I mean, took himself down in health.
Tangrowth is
Yeah.
taking a lot of damage. Kobo's taking a decent chunk, most of it self-inflicted. Um, Digdogger's in a much better spot than I expected.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can imagine that this next turn he's going to kill this Tangrowth. He's going to get an attack boost, and then we'll see if this Komo has any other options to do it to take out Crocodile, or if he just wants to take out the Murkrow.
I do.
Yeah, we'll have to see because he has a pretty big decision here. Depending how crucial Como is, he might have to switch out to something. But I don't know, just to get that defense debuff out.
It's good
But
that
Here we
yep,
see the
there it is.
Arcanine Intimidate. This attack drop is going to be big. This may still kill with the sun. It does. Attack is back to normal.
Yep, yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty crucial thing to get Como back to regular stats when he can. But now he's got to think of something to deal with Murkrow because as long as it's there, he's gonna keep hazing
Or Feather
I
Dance.
think Feather
or
Dance
feather
is a
dancing.
really
Really,
big thing to bring, especially like Arcanine, Zeraora are two of Jack's more
yeah.
potent attacking mods, and you can just get Feather Danced. I assume that we're gonna see a follow me, so Arcanine cannot get Feather Danced. But I mean, Piss and Shit is gonna be doing a lot of damage to Clefairy, I
To the
imagine.
Arcanine or yeah the Clefairy. That Arcanine better have something to deal with that Crocodile. He might Dynamax it here to be honest, just to get rid of that Murkrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, given that Como is already down to, I believe it was 60% health, Arcanine, especially already with the sunset.
Swapping.
Wow,
Wow.
he is not
Wow.
Dynamaxing.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Dynamax there.
I'm shocked that he didn't Dynamax or follow me. I mean, maybe he expected uh Digdogger to do something different, like want to take out the Clefairy. But I mean, Crocodile does get stabbed Max Quake, and Arcanine's not exactly the tankiest guy in the world. Oh, it did have Friend Guard, where you see a good point. So it killed by like way more than 100%, even breaking through Friend Guard.
Ooh,
Man,
interesting with the howl.
I swear that
Oh.
Digdogger just brings the weirdest Lucario sets imaginable. Um, we're seeing Howl Lucario out here
You
to
know,
keep
Yeah,
Crocodile going.
I think it's pretty impressive to throw Lucario out there in the sun in front of that Arcanine. Um,
yeah,
the lack of
the
follow me
balls.
and a flare and a max flare into the Murkrow spot, because I think we all agree that Murkrow is probably more dangerous just because of all that utility.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
mean, it could come back up and reset up Tailwind,
Yep.
if it needs to. We know three of its moves: Feather Dance, Haze, Tailwind. Right? We haven't seen the fourth, so it could be doing something like else. I imagine a damaging move, perhaps. But
Yeah, Sucker Punch is usually pretty run. Maybe Foul Play. With how physically attacking Cepherus' team is. Uh, Something that we didn't get to talk about before was what they brought to this game. No Crawdon from Cephalus is very surprising.
um,
Yeah, specifically seeing his team, I feel like Crawdon could have done pretty well.
I mean, I think the water absorb on Volcanion is a bit of a, let's see,
Well, it's not that.
big
It's just
bullet
more.
punch, attack dropping back down.
Pulse
Okay,
is
heal
nice
Heal
for
pulse,
pulse,
Como.
okay.
very important move.
Um, no matter what Clefairy does this turn, unless it protects, Bullet Punch will kill it. Oh wait, no, I just realized that the max Wormwind went through, so 27 times two
It's
thirds. It's gonna be close.
oh,
Yeah.
2%. Oh,
Wow.
But it dies to Rock Slide.
he was going for another heal pulse there.
Yeah. Um, took out Lucario.
Moxie
His
got raised
Piston
on
Shade
Piss and
has
Shid.
a tag now. He doesn't even need Tailwind. Como is just slower
Yeah.
than Crocodile naturally. It's just he's
And
bringing it out though.
Digdogger has another mod in the back. I mean,
Yeah, I imagine it's Volcanion.
wait,
He hazed himself. I guess he
I
imagined
think.
that Crocodile's dead this turn anyway.
wait,
Um,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute is right. Did he just want this matchup immediately?
I don't know.
Como is faster. Dude, you are playing with some crit stuff here that is dangerous.
Seemed I don't hitting Haze right there when Crocodile still has another hit. seems a little strange to me, but
And you
maybe I
had
just don't know what I'm talking
you
about.
had a +1.
What a
What
what an
happened?
interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of confused as to why.
Like if he hits Sucker Punch right there, he gets more damage with two
Wait,
mons.
did he
Oh,
did
Clanging
he just
Sail?
win?
No,
Oh
no
Zombie
my
burn.
Tantrum
goodness!
wins here.
I don't. Yeah, there's nothing Digdogger can do. You just keep hitting your guaranteed damage moves and win.
No way! No way! I feel like the haze was a mistake.
Why did he used Rock Slide?
I
Hadn't we
I
seen a
I
Max
under
Quake move?
I understand why that he was trying to get rid of the special defense on Koma because I think it had um a buff for Max Quake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Max
But
Quake would be physical.
uh well, Koma had a special defense buff, and I think he was trying to like
Set it up for
get that
Volcanion.
away for Volcanion. But I imagine that the two hits that he lost on Koma, well, or like um Crocodile still got to move, but he was a lot weaker. And then
Yeah.
Murkrow just died. Surely that would have been better, but I understand why he did it, but I don't know. It seems like a mistake from our end. I haven't run the calcs. I don't know for sure, but that's
I
tough.
mean, gosh, you're already boosted. Yeah.
I also wonder. He rocks. I believe he rock slided on
He
Crocodile that
yeah,
last
that
turn he died, right?
yes. He also
Surely that's not
resisted.
the most powerful move he could have used, right? Like
hey, he could have used a ground move.
a ground move, it's gonna be stab. I don't know.
What did he ended up doing 10% that turn.
Maybe he was playing for the flinch, but if you're hazing anyway, it doesn't. It. I don't get it. I don't know. It's
We'll
strange
just
to me.
have to ask him after.
Yeah.
I think he just misplayed there a little and should have gone for like a ground move. It it
Mhm.
just it just seemed like the most damaging one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely the king of overthinking, so I imagine he just got hyper focused on like, okay, I need to prep Volcanion to win this at the end, and I
I
think
can understand the Murkrow because I don't think he had anything for the.
He could have also I think he may have been able to reset um Tailwind at that time.
yeah,
He could have.
he could have quick Tailwind,
And
and
Tailwind would have like all things equal, Tailwind would have won him the game because he would have been going first with Volcanion.
he would
Yeah.
have had more damage done on the Como with Crocodile.
Yeah.
Volcanion gets an extra move. It's
Even if
just
he just clicked Rock Slide again.
yeah, I think I think if Burkrow doesn't do anything there, if
Yeah.
Burkrow can somehow just pass his turn, that still would have ended up with Digdogger win, because I think Como only survived with like 6% health or something. The attack buff surely would have been enough to make up for that.
Como was 7%
Wow,
remaining.
it's tough. I mean, if I'm Cepherus, I'm thinking my lucky stars.
Yeah, okay,
But
so if you're Digdogger, what do you think of going to this next game?
I think the important thing is you just don't get tilted. I mean, he played everything so well until that last turn, or not the last turn, but I mean that haze play on Murkrow. I mean, everything goes the same. Besides, he doesn't do that, he wins. I mean, I felt like he really was well prepared for Como and Arcanine, and I don't see any way that Zeraora was not dying to Crocodile there too. Um,
Well,
but
here
he
we
is
go into
mixing
game
it up.
two. Different setup for both. We see a
It's not,
Intimidate Salamence and a Balloon on Bolton.
I imagine Zeraora with this lead is just going to start clicking coaching on Como. It's oh wait, it's we
Is it
established
special?
last game it's special, so it's
Yeah.
probably not doing that. You might get a fake out by Zeraora on Voltund or Salamence. I mean, either one are good options. If I'm I don't know. If I'm a Digdogger, I probably want to get like a paralysis out on Como, maybe. Voltund maybe
Right.
gets
A nuzzle or yeah.
a nuzzle out. Yeah, I getting I got out, popping its balloon, going for a ground move. Not the worst play. I don't know what Salamence is going to get up to this turn. Maybe just Dynamax Max Wormwind is not bad.
It's not
He
bad,
might just
and
protect, I
I
think.
I think you need to be concerned. You know that Cepherus has run that clangorous souls or whatever on Como, and you don't have Murkrow out right now to stop it. Turn two.
Or he switches out the Salamence for that oh, interesting.
Ooh, the reverse
Oh, he kept
intimidate.
it.
Wow.
Okay.
So
How
he's
another
running
Pokemon
two
with
Howl
how?
Pokemon.
It,
Okay, so
What
I
an
was right
interesting.
on accident. He was there or was there to coach, but to coach a completely different Pokemon.
Right.
you know that speed is huge. This Boltund
That speed is big.
is probably outspeeding Zora now.
Yeah,
And
I
167
thought
times 1.5 gives like an extra 80-ish speed. He should be at like 250 something, well above Zeraora.
yeah,
I definitely thought he was gonna switch in for Crooked Drill and just go ahead and nuzzle whatever either the Chroma or the Arcanine coming out and just going ahead and neutralizing the Plasma Fist. But that was a very good turn game, that speed up.
I can't believe Digdogger is running Howl on two Pokemon. I don't think I've seen Howl used a single time this season, and now I've seen it used twice.
big protect here. Another Howl. Let's see what he does. Max Quake in. Gets a special defense boost. Interesting to go for the Plasma Fist into Bolton and not Salamence here.
Yeah, that's a weird play. I don't know what he was going for there.
A big thing right
Arcanine,
now is Bolton and if it could take out Arcanine right now. I imagine Digdogger would really like to take the Zeora out with a Max Quake.
that's a great question. Voltund is physically like invested, I assume. I've never seen it run special, and Arcanine does have a defense buff, but
Well,
Voltund
Bolton
has
also has an attack
his
buff.
attack buff. Oh, what's it? I'm probably just hitting with like some sort of Thunder Fang with Strong Jaw, right? I imagine that's the most damage you can get on
Yeah, that
Arcanine.
would, especially with that strong jaw boost, you're probably getting real close.
Yeah, I uh, I imagine, like you said, that oh, he's just howling again.
He's just gonna keep going with the howl. I mean, having the attack of Zora right here, and what's this thing doing? I mean, 27% on a very, very strong move. 100 power stab.
Yeah, he's also TikTokers made his Pokemon guaranteed to be like way faster than Cepherus is until one of them dies. Uh, if I assume he has Nuzzle. I I've never seen a Volta not run Nuzzle.
Why doesn't
I'm
he
just
just
clicking.
howl again?
Yeah, I just. Oh, he's play roughing. Oh my god, he has
Ooh,
play rough and outrage. Okay, I don't know this. I've never run an outrage Pokemon. If you outrage into protect, does it make you lock into outrage still?
it shouldn't.
Okay.
This is Cephalus did, stall out his Dynamax and only lost one Pokemon. Zora still has 80% uh, HP left. this isn't a untenable situation. These attack boosts are brutal. And now that we know Clefairy is out here with Follow Me, Salamence probably doesn't have a great move into.
Yeah. Does Salamence get Iron Head, maybe? I don't know if it gets any steel moves. I know for sure it probably doesn't get any poison moves.
I'll probably just use a flying move. It's just the what's gonna. I'm not sure what he's gonna do here because he has to get rid of Clefairy somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, not only I mean, Boltund being able to hit Como with the play rough would be so great, but I just don't see a world where Clefairy is not going to hit Follow Me right now. It's too risky to do anything else.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got to take out Clefairy this turn, which he can probably do with all this attack boost. Zora comes back in. Unless he has Fake Out, Boltund is still going first. Boltund will still have that play rough.
Como is going to get a move off this turn. I don't know exactly what it's going to do. Probably kill Boltund, I imagine. I
Yeah,
don't.
Salamence, has full health, but also has that special offense boost. So
Yeah, and we know for sure that Como is running special, so that's perfect. It's it's great. I really think that Cepherus played it right, and that switching out your useless half attack Zeraora and getting Clefairy to make sure that Como doesn't die to fairy moves was the right play. But it's
mhm.
still he's still playing from behind right now.
Yep.
Right.
Only 2 more turns of Dynamax. Uh, Here we go.
There's the
There's the
follow
follow
me.
me.
Just get a quick
Another
howl again.
Another how, huh?
Get
Steel
Steel Wing
Wing,
with
and it misses.
Oh!
what is? I gotta look up the accuracy
Wow.
of Steel Wing. That is crazy. Steel Wing, Steel Wing, 90%. So
90%.
9 out of 10 times, Clefairy dies there for sure. But what
So
can you do? That's life.
Oh, that's a miss. That's a rough
I,
miss
I think I
for
think a big
Dig.
question is what flying move, and what ground move was on Salamence. Um, if he I think at some point he should have just gone and you know I'm gonna lose one of these Mon, but I'm gonna take Clefairy out, and we're gonna have a 3v2, and I'm gonna have one of my Mon have be the fastest Mon on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm I'm looking through all the steel moves that Salamence gets access to. It's only Iron Tail and Steel Wing, and Steel Wing is the more accurate of the two.
yeah,
So,
that's such a tough miss.
um,
All right, Cepherus, 1 turn of Dynamax left. Boltund is still the fastest Pokemon on the field.
I wonder if it's just gonna quick howl again. It's been doing that a lot.
You got 2 times attack. At some point, you got to take out Clefairy. Unless he doesn't have like you know a
I'd
stab.
go ahead and I'd go ahead and nuzzle the Clefairy if I can. Just the off chance that it can
How
paralyze,
much
even
does
if it doesn't
how
kill.
much does Thunderfang do to Clefairy at ×2 though?
He might
I,
not have it.
I
Yeah.
I don't think he does. I think you're right.
oh God, it lives.
Wow, it's hung. It's
That's
hanging in there.
that's good. Something I didn't think about was Crocodile just got a Moxie boost off his own teammate, so
Right.
It's
don't see
pretty
that too often.
yeah. Even in death, Boltund was howling.
Okay, I don't know. I think it's just over. Cephalus has to take this. Even if that earthquake killed both Como and Clefairy,
Ah.
Zeraora could just come out and outspeed everything. It's that Stealing
Yeah.
had to have hit. If the Stealing hits, I think Digdogger probably takes
Ooh,
the
so they
set, or at
fake
least not,
out on
not,
Zor.
not the set,
That's
but the
big.
game. Yeah, it's that Stealing miss was so
That
brutal.
stealing miss was everything.
Game one, the
He
haze.
goes, why'd you fake out?
I was gonna pet BM. Oh, so we know his fourth move is quash now, right? Because petting is when you just quash, put the hand
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
So he was running no
No
attack
fake
Murkrow.
out or anything. That's interesting.
Sheesh. That Steel Wing, I don't know if he would have won for sure if he gets that Steel Wing off. Yeah, Seth, you really did my boy dirty by dodging that Steel Wing.
I felt a little bit bad. Actually, I feel really bad about it. But I think both of those games came down to luck, honestly.
Well, we spent a lot of time talking about in game one. We really, I mean, if he doesn't haze there, Crocodile gets to do more damage, and Como barely won anyway. Um, if he quicks Tailwind and just gets a move off with Crocodile, I think Como is at a position where Volcanion could take him out, especially because Volcanion will be moving first. And then in game two, Steel Wing 9 out of 10 times that hits and just kills Clefairy
The
immediately. Like, it's
yeah,
just so unfortunate.
I mean, maybe there could have been some finagling where I won that somehow. But the Steel Wing miss like absolutely sealed that. Caleb, I'm sorry, man. That was like the cards, the heart of the cards were just not there for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was a rough miss, but overall, I think I don't know. My lack of prep was really the problem because in game one, I didn't bring anything that could hit uh, uh, Komo'o because I just didn't even think about it. I knew you were going to bring Komo'o. I just didn't even think about bringing anything because I just didn't have like I looked at my moves and I was like, oh crap, I don't have anything, do I? So that's
Did
why.
you
We had a
did
big
you actually think? Wait, no, go for it, Nate.
we had a big question about that game one that the Goose was talking about before. What was the thought process going for the haze um, when it was down to Como and then you had Crocodile and Murkrow out?
I had Volcanion in the back, uh, and I didn't want him to have that special defense boost because I knew he was about to kill Volcanion. Sorry, I knew he was about to kill Crocodile.
I
So
guess
I wanted to get rid of that special defense boost before Volcanion came out.
So what ground move did you have? Because you ended up using a resisted rock slide.
Yeah, Crocodile was Choice Scarf.
dear.
Oh.
This starts to make things make more
That
sense.
never came up, but I really wanted to surprise you with an Earthquake into Zero Aura that outspeeds it.
No way, dude.
It never came up, but that would have been hilarious. But yeah, then I saw Tangrowth and I was like, what does that even do? I didn't even bother looking at Tangrowth's moveset. I didn't know it got Rage Powder.
Yeah, I
I,
was trying to use Growth specifically so that you wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that's a good move.
we were racking our brains. We were like, why did he go with Rock Slide there? I mean, surely there's some better option. But now that we know that you had no choice, that does make a little more
I thought
sense.
about switching out, but I didn't want to let you know that I had a Choice Scarf, and then I was like, I don't know. But
Yeah, honestly, that I never would have guessed that you had Choice Scarf that whole time.
yeah, I was just running Choice Scarf to get that out there. Yeah, Boltund, I really should have brought game one. I thought about Dynamaxing Boltund. You have no idea how close I got to Dynamaxing Boltund.
I would have the play rough. I was fully expecting that play rough into Como rather than another Howl onto Crocodile. So I was really scared of it, which is why I.
It was because of Clefairy. Clefairy was there, so I knew it wasn't going to do much to play rough into Clefairy.
Yeah, we were also surprised at the very end when you howled again into Crocodile.
It was like Clefairy, Como, and you howled with like Boltund, Crocodile on your team. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't figure Boltund would be able to do anything since Clefairy was out. So I just wanted to get that Howl and then the Moxie boost. That way I could hit the Como at least and maybe look out with a crit. That was my only hope at that point.
Okay, I do understand. Things are starting to make more sense now that we know you're because we were acting under the assumption that you had like a sucker punch on Murkrow for most of the set, because
Yeah, I did not.
yeah, we didn't realize until you said, "Why'd you fake out?" I was gonna pet. And I was like, "Oh, he's running no damage moves," because at first that haze play, we were like, surely he just clicks a ground move on a Crocodile and Sucker Punch on Murkrow and just beats up um Como, and then Volcanic can take it out in spite of the special defense. But
Sesame
you couldn't
Chicken.
Sucker Punch because you didn't have it, and you couldn't ground move because you had Choice Scarf. It all makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, Sesame Chicken and Straight Shade have like traumatized me because of
With their
Snatch.
choice. Oh, sad.
Zero Aura gets Snatch, you know.
Oh, Snatch.
So
You know
I
who else
was
does?
so I am like always running both Tailwind and Wash on Murkrow every time.
You know who else gets Snatch?
Yeah, there was someone else on your team.
Clefairy, bro.
Clefairy, yeah, that was it. Clefairy.
I almost ran it. I almost did it.
We were I know the commentary block, by the way, Cepherus. You've had great success by bringing Crawdont in the postseason, and we were shocked to not even see it as part of the set.
I was shocked too. I had Solar Beam on Volcanion just for that. Well, actually, I didn't actually even have time to adjust Volcanion's moveset. He was kind of dead weight in game 1 for sure, which is why I didn't even bring him game 2. It's the first time I've not brought Volcanion.
Dude, that was your downfall. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
were you just worried about switches into like Crabhammer with Water Absorb from Volcanion?
well, so Crawdon is such a good Pokemon, but he has to use his stabs, right? Like if he can't really bring coverage
Yes.
because he instantly loses out on so much damage. So like, I mean, base 120 is like good, but not amazing. So I really like to look for Mon that are at least neutral. But I was also really worried about you Intimidate cycling me just because I'm so heavily physically offensive.
Yeah, I considered that too, which is why I wore
Yeah,
Intimidate on Salamence.
Yeah, I knew that you weren't gonna. I knew you were gonna run at least one Intimidate, if not both of them. And the Crawdon, like Dark immune to Prankster for Murkrow, which is really good, but like Dark doesn't hit your team very well, and neither does Water. And so I was like, he's just feels a little bit more like a liability to bring than anything else. I don't think he's going to be doing too much, which is sad because I've brought him like almost every single week this season. I love that dude.
MC Crabhammer has been putting in work, but I do see what you're saying, especially because Crawdon isn't exactly the fastest guy on the field anyway, and you're getting Tailwind against.
He has base like 55 speed. It's like really not good.
Yeah.
I was thinking about running Quick Guard on Lucario just in case Crawdon had a showing.
Oh, yeah.
That and fake out for Zero Aura.
Oh, see, like, I think that would have been a really solid play.
I said this during the set, Caleb. Your Lucario sets are terrifying. You run the strangest things. There's no way to prepare for it. When you busted out Howl game 1 on Lucario, I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to prepare for Digdogger ever.
Yeah, I wanted to run Howl so he would also get the boost, so I could, get some priority moves. But yeah, the Max Worm Wind and everything didn't really work.
Howl is sick, dude. That's a good buff to that move. The fact that it does both ally and yourself. I mean, like, that's why I was like, I took care of Salamence game 2, and I was like, oh, great. All right, the biggest threat is gone. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is a freaking Boltund with +2 attack and play rough. Like, that thing's probably going to chunk me if I don't kill that thing, too.
Yeah, so, I was planning on surprising you with, like, an offensive Boltund, but it never got to show because Clefairy. I never should have gave you Clefairy.
Dude. Was there any consideration to run, like, a Thunderfang into Clefairy and see how much that did? At times 2, I think you're doing quite a bit.
I probably should have, in retrospect. That probably would have been a better move than Howling again. But if the Steel Wing had hit, I would have been fine.
Yeah, if the Steel Wing, I'm sure that shook you. The 90% miss. That sucks, man. You never like to see that in a game, even if you win it. Like
especially if I got the defense boost. Well, actually, defense boost wouldn't have mattered because it was Komodo. But
that was special.
Yeah, I was
Good moveset.
rapidly scrolling through all the steel moves that Salamence gets because I was like, I know for sure it doesn't get poison move. Does it get Iron Head or something? And then the only two steel moves it gets are Steel Wing and Iron Tail, both of which have lower accuracy, and that just sucks.
I can't believe it doesn't get Iron Head. Like its pre-evolution is all about the like headbutting stuff, you know?
Digdogger, what item did you have on Bolton?
Item air balloon.
Oh yeah.
Popped.
I will run something else one day. I want to run Life Orb. I've considered that a few times, but so far I've only been running air balloon.
Yeah, you would have had a 6% chance to Oko.
At +2 at a Dynamax.
Not Dynamax, no.
Or Clefairy.
Oh, the Clefairy.
Yeah.
6%.
So yes, only that's like 1 out of 16, right?
Yeah, if I had doubled down, I might have been better off because that would have at least opened Voltund up next turn to do some damage. To come up.
Zeraora is going to come back in and have the fake out pressure though. So
that too, yeah.
To your credit, Cepherus, I think if you don't switch out Zeraora right then for Como Clefairy, I think Digdogger probably just wins. You've got your useless half attack Zeraora sadly punching things, not doing anything. And then
Yeah,
Clefairy
that switch I saw coming.
Yeah,
I should have predicted the protects better. That was a major downfall, was not seeing the protects. Like I didn't get to do any practice battles like I normally do, so not having that really hurt me this time.
yeah, we play them all the time together. So
I know. It was like that's. I tried to get one of my other friends, but he was busy, and then, I only had 25 minutes of prep time before we started.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to pressure you into that, man.
No, it's fine. I understand. We're both just as busy right now. I really wish we could have fought each other at max power, because I know you had little prep too.
Yeah, the fact that I was like, my whole prep revolved around you not bringing Haze on Murkrow.
I was like, yeah, you would have, that would have.
Yeah,
if you had prepped more, you definitely would have seen that coming.
That was
I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time and say we definitely weren't giving you a lot of credit because we were like, we don't really know what Digdogger's plan is. He's just let Como become this monster. I don't see any way for him to deal with it. Then you clicked Haze and we're like, oh, never mind.
There we go.
You haven't run Haze this whole season since the first couple of weeks, and I was like, I've never used Clangerous Soul, so there's no way. And then you freaking clicked it, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I just had a feeling this time. Because with since you lack a special attacker, I had a feeling you would bring Como as your special attacker. And then, of course, if you're running Como special, you got to do the Clangerous throat spray.
Dang.
But yeah, that was
red to death, dude.
But yeah, I misread every single protect and didn't protect myself. I wasn't running protect on anything. I don't think. I didn't even think about it. That could have saved me in a few scenarios.
The max, I think probably one of the turns that really did help seal it for me was the max guard Clangerous Soul, where you doubled into it and I got to bring in Clefairy for free.
Yeah.
I know that the Steel Wing miss the next turn really sucked, but I wasn't running a ton of protects either, but I was running status moves on Dynamaxmon specifically for max guards. And I knew that if that turn didn't go my way, then I was for sure.
Did you not have a fighting move on Kamao?
Nope. It was the dumbest moveset ever, dude.
Here's another thing. I didn't even realize until we were in the game. I've been thinking this whole time, I've got to run a dragon move on Salamence so I can take out Kamao. It did not even occur to me that he's also weak to flying until I was in the game. I was like, oh wait, that works.
Yeah, he's weak to flying too. So I was really banking on being able to What I almost ran too, specifically because I knew that if I was running Homo as my like main sweeper, that you'd focus him down with the Salamence if you didn't bring Florges. I almost ran him with weakness policy instead of throat spray, but I was thinking and I was like, I feel like he takes so much from these hits that like weakness policy might not be worth it, and just like the guaranteed +2 on the throat spray is probably the best way to do it.
I thought about bringing Florges, and then I just looked at its moveset, and I just wept a little, and I was like, no.
It's not great, but
It's not great.
So good against Como.
You know it is great. The
Hitting
Pokemon I traded you for Florges.
Yeah.
It's
tough,
sick.
but-
I really didn't think we'd have to fight each other. I didn't know it would come up to this. Otherwise, I would have never given you Cleveland.
It has
But
been
no.
a boon for me the second half of the season.
Florges has been a weight around my neck.
Well-
But yeah, I didn't really see the value in it when I traded it. I was like, I'm not using Clefairy. You're having a rough season. We'll share.
Damn, dude. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think even though this is the end of your run, I think you've done a really, really good job.
Oh
Digdogger.
yeah, I feel really good because like my main worry was doing worse than last season. Last season I went 5-5, and this season I went 4-6, which was worse. But the fact that I made it into top 8 feels really good.
Yeah, both of you have done very well. I mean, both coming out of plans. Digdogger at the 25 seed, Cepherus at 14, and you both upset a 4 and a 7. I mean, it's unfortunate you guys had to beat in quarters, but you played a really good close set, and I'm think you guys are both doing great.
Yeah, there's no one else I'd rather lose against.
Oh,
So maybe
vice
Coco
versa,
Show. I
buddy.
don't know.
Before we end things, Cepherus, you are playing the winner of Shadow Man versus Rami. Any shit you would like to talk?
No, because I am a very polite individual, and I wish only goodwill to the people that I will come up against. But
Listen.
actually, I'm going to absolutely destroy Rami this go around.
Oh, you think Robbie's gonna win? You don't think
No, I
Shadow
don't
Man
know.
has a chance?
I haven't actually even played Jesse this season, so I just shit talked Rami because he beat me earlier this season. I honestly think that's going to be a really close game, really fun to watch. Both of them are really good players, and honestly, both of them have stuff on their team that I'm afraid of. So
And
The
on
only
that
thing-
shocking revelation, goodbye.